Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Legendary video. This one's obviously the unboxing of Into the Cosmos, but as you can see it's already been unboxed. I started recording this video and facing right here is a window. You can see there's a curtain there. And the sun decided to come down and it just ruined the lighting, and I got halfway through it and I got frustrated and I was worried that it just wasn't going to look good. So I decided I'd rather, omit me on opening the box and stuff, and we could just go through it. We'll just go through it and anything. So anyway, I wanted to give a better video. So let's take the rules set first here. So here's the rules. We know we're getting Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy in this set. I believe there's there's 3 Guardians, 5 Avengers, and 1 non-team. Okay, so Shards are back. So it says it contains 18 Shards, which are right here. Boom. So they're back. They were in the Guardian set. So I'll kind of just go over real quick what it means. So you get +1 for each shard you have, and then if a villain has a shard or a mastermind has a shard, it gets +1. If a villain were to escape, then it gets its shard goes to the mastermind, and then if you defeat a mastermind, tactic, or a villain with multiple shards, you gain one of the shards, put the rest back, and you can spend the shards for one attack. You can hold them or use them until later. But this set introduces Burning Shard, which is a new ability. And so it says, here's an example here, burn 2 shards, draw 2 cards. So this means once this turn, you may spend that number of shards and do the effect. So you can wait to use it until later in the turn, and you don't get the normal +1 per shard when you burn shards this way. Then we have Danger Sense, which is back from the Homecoming set. So basically means when you danger sense a number, you reveal that many cards off the top of the villain deck, and you get +1 attack for each villain you revealed. Why won't this focus? Okay, there we go. We just have to maybe look at it from far away. So reveal top 2 cards of the villain deck. You get +1 for each one you revealed. Put the rest back in any order. And then this set also introduces the Black Order, and they have Danger Sense on them. So it's the same thing where they get they reveal the top. So it's Ambush, Danger Sense 2, helping all Black Order villains in the Mastermind. To do this, reveal the top card of the villain deck and rearrange them. Just like normal, however, the +1 bonus goes for each villain card revealed to all Black Order villains in the city and the Mastermind this turn, instead of being going to the player, and it wears off at the end of the turn. So those are those keywords. We get Celestial Boon. And so Celestial Boons are passive effects that happen for the rest of the game when you defeat a Celestial. This is a permanent bonus that helps you. If I get this to... Well, I don't understand why this doesn't ever focus very well. This is a permanent bonus that helps you for the rest of the game. And as long as you have the Celestial in your victory pile, you can have multiple Celestial Boons, even multiple copies of the same one. So, and we'll see those when we look at the villains. And then we have Contest of Champions. So I think this is an very interesting... new ability. So Contest of Champions will say Ambush, Contest of Champions. Like here's an example: Ambush, Contest of Champions, green. When this happens, each player reveals a single card, either from their hand or their played cards or the top of their deck. The players announce their contest score, which is the card's printed cost, doubled if it's green in this case. And then it says, after all players announce their score, then Evil tries to win the contest, reveal the top 2 cards of the hero deck, and Evil uses whichever gives the highest contest score, taking account by any doubling. Again, this is the card's printed cost. If it's a green card, and like I said, it's doubled if it's green. Then put both those cards on the bottom of the hero deck. And then, so for example, and here's a 3-player, and then, okay, so, sorry. Whoever scores highest or tied for highest wins, and then whoever else loses. So here's an example in which there's a 3-player game. Again, if I can get this to focus here. I don't understand why I have such a hard time getting this to focus. Okay, for example, in a 3-player game, say Alana scores 6, Piper scores 6, Melody scores 4, and Evil scores 6. Then Alana, Piper, and Mastermind all win the contest, and Melody loses the contest. The card list will have for winning and losing what you do. It says a few cards reveal a hero that uses its colors for a contest. This can create contests that are multicolored, such as contest champions of black and blue. In this case, any cards that includes either black or blue will have match and have the score doubled, but you can't quadruple. Some contests say Evil reveals 4 or 6 cards from the hero deck. Evil still uses the strongest one, or the highest costed one. And then finally we have Cosmic Threat, which is back from Fantastic Four. So once per turn, for this example is Cosmic Threat blue. Once per turn, for each blue card you've revealed, this enemy gets -3. Some of them will say either green or yellow. Like in this case, you could pick either green or yellow, and it's for one fight. So if it's a Mastermind, you only get it for the one fight. So kind of went through those quickly just because most of the keywords are reused. So let's get through the heroes. First off, we have not Adam Warlock. He'll be third off. We have Captain Marvel. He is an Avenger. So I've got his rare here, actually, because I was already going through these. So let's go through them common to rare. So first common here, Cosmic Awareness. That's 2 recruit, 1 attack. If you were to get attack from Danger Sense this turn, gain that many shards instead. So you would do Danger Sense 1, and then if you play a blue hero, you do the same effect, but Danger Sense 2. So you get shards instead of attack for the Danger Sense. We've got Kree Genetics. It's green. It's 3 cost, 2 recruit. If you gain any shards this turn, draw a card. Pretty straightforward. Very likely to happen based on the set. We've got Channel the Negabands. It's 6 cost to attack. It's a plain Avengers hero. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it costs 1 or more, gain a shard. If it costs 0, KO. So this is really good because basically you should be able to gain a shard every single time. Later in the game, you can start KO after you've KO'd stuff. And then finally we have I can't read it because it's blurry. Protector of the Universe. 7 cost, 3+ attack. Danger Sense 4. If you gain any shards this turn before playing this card, Danger Sense 7 instead. So I can see that being very useful for like multiple players where you're going to still have a lot of villains left by the time that's recruited, but solo I don't see it getting a lot of utility. Alright, so now we're on to Quasar. So we've got his first common here, Cosmic Champion. He's 4 cost, 2+ attack. Burn a shard, you get +3 attack, which is really great. I think it's very strong. We have Manipulate Gravitons for his second common. It's 3 costs to recruit. Whenever you recruit a hero from the HQ this turn, gain a shard if you play a red card. We have his uncommon here, which is the Quantum Bands. 5 cost, 1 attack. If I can get this to focus again. Come on now. Come on. Gain a shard. Burn 2 shards. You may KO a card from your hand discard pile. Really good. Pretty straightforward. Finally, we have the Star Brand for Quasar. It's 7 cost, 4+ attack. Whenever you defeat a villain or mastermind this turn, gain a shard. If you burn 4 shards, you get +7. So he'll be 11 attack, basically. That's really, really good. Yeah, it's really good. So I think that's going to be good. Alright, so now we're on to Adam Warlock here. And his cards are very interesting because none of them have attack. So we've got Regenerative Cocoon for recruit. To play this, you must discard a card. When you play a new hand, if it'll focus, I don't understand. Okay, when you draw a new hand at the end of your turn, when you draw a new hand of cards at the end of your turn, draw 2 extra cards. So you basically play this, discard a card, so that's your 2 that you're getting back, basically. You're just getting them at the end. So it's pretty interesting. We've got Transmute Matter, 3 cost, gain a shard, burn 2 shards, have the cost of a hero in the HQ this turn, round up for it. So if you have a 5, it rounds up to 3. But still, it's really good. We've got here Soul Blast for his uncommon, cost 5, gain 2 shards, play a red hero, burn 4 shards, defeat a villain. So you can still, you're going to gain shards to get attacked. None of these cards overtly attack anything. And then finally we have Manifest the Soul Gem. Gain 4 shards. If you play 2 Avengers heroes, you burn 8 shards, defeat the Mastermind once, then reveal the top card of the villain deck. If it's a Master Strike, and then Adam Warlock is corrupted by power, at the start of the next turn, add the Magus Mastermind to the game with 1 random tactic if he has never been in this game. So I'm assuming you don't lose this card because I think like it'll say it goes out of play if you were to lose it. So basically what I take that as is like you will do the master, like you'll do it once. If the master trick happens and Magus comes into play, then if you play him a second time, you play this card a second time and that ends up happening, then then Magus can't come into play, but Master Strike is revealed. So, okay, sorry. Okay, so we have Moon Dragon next. She's an Avenger as well. This is her first common here. 4 cost, 1 plus attack. Danger Sense 2. If it'll focus, come on. Psionic Warning. So if you revealed any Scheme Twist this turn, gain a shard. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Okay, sorry. We've got, We've got Peaceful Meditation for other common. 3 cost to recruit. When you draw a new card at the end of your turn, if you didn't fight anything this turn, draw an extra card. That's really nice, especially early game, because you know you may just end up with a bunch of recruit stuff and you can't really attack anything. So that works out kind of well. We've got Psychokinetic Blast is her uncommon. 6 recruit, 1 plus attack. Danger Sense 4. Avengers Hero. If you revealed at least 2 Master Strikes, you may shuffle the villain deck. So I think like you could basically play this. You Danger Sense 2. If you get Master Strikes, you keep putting them back. Like the idea is you can keep pushing them back, and then maybe, I don't know, when you get to this, and because you've pushed back a couple, you can force down the deck shuffled. I don't know. Maybe we'll see it in practice at some point. Excuse me. Finally, we have Lunar Dragon form. 8 cost, 5 plus attack. Danger Sense 1. If this revealed a Scheme Twist, you get +3 and you may shuffle the villain deck. This is really good because especially if you get a late game and you're using Danger Sense to push back the Scheme Twist, because like it's good for getting attacked, but it's also really good for postponing Scheme Twists. Then you will be able to like utilize that +3 pretty frequently. All right, we have Nova. So this is actually the second Nova we have because the first Nova came out in Champions. He's a champion card, so we'll see how close these are to the other Nova cards. So first we have is Unfocusable Mess. Electromagnetic Wave. 3 costs, choose one, you get +2 recruit or gain a shard. If I play a blue hero, instead do both. So that's pretty good because early game it'd be great to get the recruit, but then late game you're at least getting something for, like you're not stuck just getting a recruit for it. We next have Draw from the World Mine Nova here. He's tech, he's 2 recruit, and then you draw a card. If I play a tech hero, I get +1 attack or +1 recruit, so I get one or the other, which kind of falls on the Champions things. I feel like a lot of them have both. We have his uncommon here, Declare Galactic Threat, 6 cost. Let's see here. A villain gains Cosmic Threat black this turn. It loses any previous Cosmic Threat ability and penalties it had. If there are no villains in the city, draw 2 cards instead. So again, that's really nice because it's not like you're not wasting the card in any kind of way. And then finally, we have Mobilize the Nova Core. 8 cost, choose one, draw 3 cards, or a Mastermind gains Cosmic Threat blue this turn. It loses any previous Cosmic Threat ability and penalties it had. So that's interesting. I'm really looking forward to actually trying him out with the Nova from Champions. So those are the Avengers we had in this set. Let's go on to the one non-team hero, which is going to be Ronin. And so Ronin here is, so we have Rally Cree Warriors, 4 cost to recruit. Whenever you rescue a bystander this turn, gain a shard, and then if you play a green hero beforehand, you get to rescue a bystander. So pretty straightforward there, pretty good. We have a Universal Weapon for his other common. It's 3 cost, you gain a shard, and then if you burn 2 shards, you have to draw 2 cards, so that's really great. We have his uncommon here, which is a green. It's Accuse Enemies of the Empire. 6 cost, 4 attack. Contest of Champions black. Each player that reveals a bystander, or rescues, each player that wins rescues a bystander. If the Mastermind wins, it captures a bystander. And then finally, we have Seek the Infinity Gems. 8 cost, 4 attack. Contest of Champions green. Each other player that loses must choose 2 shards. Each player that wins gains 2 shards. So the Mastermind wins, a villain gains 2 shards. So that's really cool. And I think he would work, obviously he'd work really well with the any of like the black and green heroes. So like you've got Beast from, you have both Beasts actually, because you're going to be getting green and black, but you have the Beast from X-Men, Beast from Illuminati, which has a lot of black and green cards. Hulkbuster Iron Man's a lot of green, it's all green and black, so I think he would work really well in those setups. Obviously, you're going to get those abilities pretty easily. Alright, so let's get on to the Guardians of the Galaxy here that are added. So we've got Yondu finally. First card here is Interstellar Hunter. It's 3 costs, 1 plus attack, danger sense 2. If you have a red hero, if you reveal any master strikes, draw a card. Pretty straightforward card there. We have Whistling Arrow for his second common here. And it's going to be 2 cost, gain a shard. If I have the blue hero, burn any number of shards, defeat a villain with printed victory points equal to the number of shards you've burned. This can't affect a villain with 0 victory points or no victory points. And it specifically says a villain, so any locations would not count. We have his uncommon here, which is anticipate their movements. 5 cost, danger sense 3. If I play a Guardians hero, you may fight. You may do the fight effect of a henchman villain revealed this way. You don't defeat it. That's really great because you can reveal the card. You'll get to see the henchman. A lot of them will let you KO something, so that's good. But then you can put it back, and it doesn't. You get the effect the second time when you defeat it. So it's really nice. It'll put it back. It doesn't shrink the villain deck for solo, which is always great. And then finally you have his common here, Space Pirate, 7 cost. Choose one, gain a hero from the HQ for free, or gain a shard for each empty city space. And if I have played 3 Guardians cards, you do both. That's really cool. Seems like a lot of the cards don't have any, like the cards don't have any attacker on them. They're all about gaining shards, so which is kind of the point of the set. Next we have Phylavel, which I've never heard of her before, but she's a Guardian. So we have her first common here, which is Quantum Sword. It's 4 cost, 2 plus attack. If you have at least 4 shards, you get +2 attack. So this is really good because it's very likely, especially if you're using multiple heroes from this set. But her specifically, you're going to have those shards sitting there, and she'll just be a 4 cost, 4 attack card, which is really, really good. Channel Cosmic Power, so it's 2 cost here. It's gain a shard, and if I play a yellow hero, I get to draw a card. Of course, this is great too because you'll play these, you'll draw your card. You'll gain your shard every single time, but if you get more of them or play these, you're going to be gaining the shard no matter what, and then you're going to be drawing cards to replace these. So I can already see her being very strong. Her uncommon here, which is interesting that it's only cost 3, is called Martyr. And if any player would gain a wound, you may discard this card and gain 2 shards instead. That's really nice, just because, we're like, I don't have to, I get 2 shards. And then finally we have her rare, which is called Avatar of Oblivion, which I think isn't Drax's Avatar of Destruction. Isn't that his rare? Do they know each other? They might know each other. You have to let me know. It's 8. It's 8 cost, 3 plus attack. You may KO a card from your hand or discard pile. If you do, gain 2 shards. Then if you have at least 8 shards, you get +3 attack. That's really great. So her ability is all about keeping the shards, not really. And then what's great about that is if you're playing her and you're keeping the shards, if you have 8 stored up, that's a lot of damage you could use after, later on. So that's really, really good. Okay, and then finally we're on to the last hero in the set, which is going to be Nebula. Again, she's a Guardian of the Galaxy as well. So we have right here her first common, which is Galactic Rogue, and you can see here it costs 5, which is interesting because typically 5 and 6 are for the uncommons. But this is a common. Villain gains a shard, and then it says if you play a yellow and black hero, take a shard from a villain. So you take the shard from the villain. You've got Ruthless Cyborg here as our other common. It's 3 cost to recruit. Whenever you take any number of shards from a villain, Mastermind, or other player this turn, you may KO one of your cards or a card from your discard pile. So this says when you take one. Now this card explicitly says take one, but I don't know how many cards say take, and if killing a villain, if you gain any shards from killing a villain, if that counts, because you're gaining one, you're not taking one. So I'd like to know your guys' opinion on that. I kind of don't think it counts as taking one because you're not taking it kind of implies that it's still there and you're taking it away from it. So that's how I read it. Let me know what you think. We're on to her uncommon, which is interesting because it's cost 4. So her common costs more than her uncommon, which I think was like Homegirl over here. But this one is Illusion Device. It's 4 cost. If we play a tech hero, it's 2 attack. If we play a tech hero, choose another player. Unless that player reveals a red hero, take one of their shards or rescue a bystander from their victory pile. So, yeah, this explicitly says take their shard, and this doesn't really apply for solo, so it doesn't really matter. In that way, it's just going to be a 2 attack card solo, which isn't a big deal. And then finally we have Daring Raid, 7 cost, 5 attack. Whenever you take any number of shards from a villain, mastermind, or other player this turn, you get +3 recruit. So, pretty good, pretty interesting there. All about taking shards. So, I think since there are 9 heroes, there are 3 masterminds. My dog's trying to play with me in the middle of this. I'll do 3 playthroughs like I did for Revelations, and do each mastermind and each hero. I think I'll put the Guardians together for sure, and then I think I may put like the Space Jesuses, I know Adam and Warlock's basically Space Jesus, but like Quasar, Space Jesus, Captain Marvel together, and then put the other 3 together. So that's kind of my quick thought on it. Let's look at the Bystanders real quick, because this is about as far as I got into the video before I had to shut it off because of the sun. So let's take a look at the Bystanders here. So we have 3 special Bystanders. First one is Pizza Delivery Guy, which that's funny because that's Chewy, but I think they changed his name in the movie to something else. I forgot. When you rescue this bystander, choose one, draw a card now, or draw an extra card when you draw a new hand at the end of your turn. So that's pretty cool. I would probably, I don't know, I guess it's situational. We have Legendary Game Designer. When you rescue this bystander, gain a shard. So that's pretty straightforward. And then we finally have Board Gamer. These are really funny bystanders. You have when you rescue this bystander, each player with the most victory points draws a card. Your victory points include this bystander. So basically, if you're playing solo, you get to draw your own card. So that works out pretty well. All right, so those are the bystanders there. Let's take a look at the Henchman Groups first. So first we have Universal Church of Truth. These are kind of cool. Ambush. Each villain in the city, henchman villain in the city, gains a shard. If Magus is the mastermind, 1 Cosmic Wraith also gains a shard. I don't know what that means, so I guess we're going to find out. Fight, burn 2 shards, KO one of your heroes. So you'll get a shard from killing this thing, and then you can burn the 2 to do that. So you've got 10 of those, of course. They're only 2 attack, which is interesting, but they'll get a bump up for having a shard. The other other henchman group is, I can't read it, Sadara Maris Bridge Builders. Okay, I don't know who these people are. 3 attack, ambush. After the villain enters the city, if there's a villain on the bridge, that villain and this henchman gain a shard. Otherwise, move this to the bridge. So it goes whoop. I guess they're bridge builders, and then fight, KO one of your heroes. So interesting. Okay. Comes in and goes right to the end. All right, so let's take a look at the henchman groups here. So let's start off with the Black Order. The Black Order of Thanos, to be more precise. We have Black Dwarf here. He's 4+ attack, ambush, danger sense 2, helping all Black Order villains and masterminds. Play a Master Strike revealed this way. And then it says, fight, KO one of your heroes. That kind of sucks. I did not sound fun dealing with that. All right, we've got Corvus Glaive. Please focus. And he's 5+ attack, danger sense 3, helping all bystanders and villains. And the mastermind, Corvus Glaive captures any bystanders revealed this way. We've got Super Giant. Ooh, she's strong. 6 attack, danger sense 1. Play a villain revealed this way, and then fight. You may KO a card from your discard pile. We have Ebony Maul, 6 attack, 6+ attack, ambush. Choose a villain, Master Strike or Scheme Twist. Then danger sense 3, helping all Black Order and the mastermind. Play all cards you revealed this way of the type you choose. So I would choose villain probably most of the time. And then finally we have Proxima Midnight here, 7+ attack. Why are they so strong? Danger sense 2, play a Scheme Twist revealed this way and escape. Each player reveals a yellow hero, gains a wound. So they're pretty straightforward, but man, they're strong. There's 5 victory points, 5 victory points, 5 victory points, 4 victory points, and then 3. So like they're worth a lot if you fight them. So they're going to be interesting to play with. Next, we have the Celestials. Okay, I'm really excited about these. So we have here is Gamenon, the Gatherer. Cosmic Threat, yellow or green. So you have to choose one. Fight Gamenon grants you a celestial boon for the rest of the game. Whenever you fight a villain, rescue a bystander, escape. Three villains in the city each capture a bystander. Okay, so if you can kill him, you will gain a bystander every time you defeat a villain. So that's cool. We have Nazar, the Calculator. Kind of looks like Galactus a little bit. Cosmic Threat, yellow or black. Nazar grants you, and he's 11 attack. Nazar grants you a celestial boon for the rest of the game. While it's your turn, the Mastermind's attack gets a minus attack equal to a fifth of its printed. Okay, equal to a fifth of its printed attack. Round down the loss. Escape, the Mastermind gains shards equal to a fifth of its printed attack. Round down. So the Mastermind gets a fifth of its printed attack. So the Mastermind is 10, for instance. Its attack goes to 8 because it gets -2. That's a fifth. If it's 11, it's still 2, I think. Okay, we got Exitar, the Exterminator. I think that's what that is. He's very scary looking. He's 12 attack, Cosmic Threat, black or blue. Exitar gives you a celestial boon for the rest of the game. Once during each of your turns, you may fight a henchman from your victory pile, spend the normal attack, then do the henchman's fight effect, KO it and rescue a bystander, and then escape, KO 5 bystanders from the villain deck, and shuffle. So, in solo, you're not going to have 5, obviously. So, but that's interesting. You can kind of just, again, since a lot of them KO stuff, you end up, getting rid of stuff for it. We have Arishem, the Judge, 13 attack here, Cosmic Threat, blue or green. Arishem grants you a celestial boon for the rest of the game. Once during each of your turns, you may put a card from the HQ on the bottom of the hero deck, and then escape. After the normal escape KO, put each card that costs 5 or more from the HQ on the bottom of the hero deck. I like that. I like that a lot for solo. And then finally we have Tiamat, the Dreaming Celestial, 14 attack, Cosmic Threat, yellow or red. Tiamat grants you a celestial boon. Your hand size is 1 more for the rest of the game. And then each player's hand size is 1 less for the rest of the game if he escapes. So I like that because then you can draw 7 every time. So these will be fun to fight against, but they're going to be very strong. So it's not like you're really killing them very easily. Alright, next let's get on to the villain from Beyond villain. So we have Cosmos here. Celestial, or Cosmic Threat, yellow or red. Fight. Take another turn after this one. Don't play a card from the villain deck at the start of that turn. For the rest of the game, players take turns in the opposite order of the table. So in solo, it wouldn't really matter, but you fight her, you get an extra turn, and you don't play the card from the villain deck. That's really great because you don't have to play the card from the villain deck. We have Kubik, maybe? 11 attack, Cosmic Threat, yellow. And then it has Ambush. Each player must reveal 2 cards with the same non-zero cost or gain a wound. Fight. Reveal the top card of your deck if it costs 0, KO it. So that's pretty straightforward. We have the Shaper of Worlds here. Cosmic Threat blue. He's got a lot of text here. Okay, Ambush. Create a new reality space that stays above the Shaper of Worlds. It always contains a hero like the HQ space. Players can recruit from it. Then it says, choose a player that fight. Choose a player to gain that hero. Escape. After the normal escape KO, destroy the new reality space and destroy an HQ space. KO those heroes. It doesn't refill. Any pocket dimensions stay in play. I don't know what that is, so maybe we'll figure out what pocket dimensions are. But that's cool. It basically creates an extra HQ space, and a hero will always occupy it. And then we have 3 of these, which is the Map Maker. It's 7 attack, Cosmic Threat, black, and then when you fight it, you KO one of your heroes. So they're pretty straightforward as well. Kind of creepy looking. Okay, then finally, for the villain groups, we have Elders of the Universe. So first is the Traitor. Traitor as in I trade something, not traitor like I betrayed you. So anyway, Ambush, Contest of Champions, black. Each player that loses must reveal their hand, trade a non-gray hero from their hand with a card in the HQ that costs the same or less. If evil wins, the traitor gains a shard, and for each trade that occurred. So that makes sense there. We got the Runner, 5 attack, Contest of Champions, yellow. Each player that loses must discard a card. If evil wins, the Sorry, my computer screen blacked out. The runner gains a shard for each card discarded this way. Then he pushes forward 2 spaces. Ugh! That's only if evil wins. He's moving. So, at least that's how I read it. We have the collector here. 6 attack. Contest of Champions red. Each player that loses gives the collector one of these things he doesn't have yet. A shard, a bystander from the victory pile, hold on. Okay. Contest of Champions red. Each player that loses gives the collector one of the things he doesn't have yet. So a shard, a bystander from the victory pile, a black hero, a yellow hero, a red hero, a blue hero from their hand or discard pile. Fight. The player of your choice gains one of the captured heroes. Put the rest on the bottom of the hero deck. Okay. So one of these things he doesn't have already. Okay, that's crazy. Okay. And then finally we have Champion of the Universe. She is terrifying. Or is it a he? I don't know. Champion of the Universe. Looks kind of ladylike, but also not. I can't really tell. 7 attack, ambush, contest of champions, green. Each player that loses must give this villain one of their shards or gain a KO, and then when you fight, you KO one of your heroes. Okay. Alright, so those are all done. We have left are the Masterminds and these schemes. So let's go into this one first. We have Magus here. Magus is +1, and this is what he looks like. He's kind of spooky. Magus gets +1 for each villain in the city that has any shards. He always leads Universal Church of Truth, which is that Henchman Group. Master Strike, if I can get this to focus here. Come on, it's 9+ attack. So Master Strike, come on. Why aren't you working? I'm really frustrated with this camera here. Come on. Alright, I just will pull it back here. Okay, if you already have... Okay, if there are already... It just focused and then didn't focus. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, if there are already any villains with shards in the city, each player gains a wound. Then, this strike enters the city as a Cosmic Wraith villain with 4 attack worth 4 victory points. Then put a shard on each villain in the city. So that's where the Cosmic Wraith thing comes from. With the Universal Truth, Church of Truth characters. Okay, so his epic side will give, he's 11+ attack, you get +2 for every shard, villain with a shard in the city. And then the Cosmic Wraiths are 6 attack worth 6 victory points. So, okay, that's spooky. Alright, so then we have his tactics here. The first tactic is Seize Cosmic Power, Fight. Magus takes a shard from each villain in the city, then the villain with the highest attack gains a shard. So that's really rough. Dark Side of Adam Warlock. Magus gains a shard. Then Magus takes a shard from each other player that does not have reveal a red hero. Okay. Resurrected as the child Magus. Fight. Until the start of your next turn, Magus can only be fought with recruit instead of attack. Okay. And then finally, Conjured Shade of Thanos. Fight. Rescue 4 bystanders. This tactic enters the city as a villain. Then each villain in the city gains a shard. You win when the Mastermind has no more tactics stacked under it. It says rescue this as... Okay, hold on. Let me try to reread that again. Rescue 4 bystanders. This tactic enters the villain as a city. Then each villain in the city gains a shard. You win when the Mastermind has no tactics stacked under it. So if this is the last one, basically, you'll still win. Because there are no tactics under the Mastermind. Alright, so that makes sense. Next we have the Grand Master here. He leads the Elders of the Universe. That villain group is 10 attack. His Master Strike says reveal the top card of the hero deck and then put it back. Contest of Champions for that card's colors. Each player that loses gains a wound. If the if the Grandmaster wins, he gains a shard. So that'll be pretty fun, I think. So we have Deal with Death, his first tactic here. Fight, Contest Champions red. With Evil selecting from 4 cards from the hero deck. Each other player that loses must KO a non-gray hero from the discard pile. If you win, you may gain a non-gray hero from the KO pile. If the Grandmaster wins, he gains a shard. We have Galactic Marathon, Contest of Champions yellow. With Evil selecting 4 cards from the hero deck. Each other player that loses must discard down to 4 cards. If you win, draw 2 cards. If the Grandmaster wins, gain 2 shards. Cheat against Thanos. Does not sound like a good idea. Contest champions blue, with evil selecting 4 cards from the hero deck. Each other player that loses must KO half of the bystanders rounded up from their victory pile. If you win, rescue 3 bystanders. If the Grandmaster wins, he gains 3 shards. And finally, we have match offenders versus defenders. Offenders versus defenders. It's contest of champions green. Come on. You were doing so well. You were doing so good. He was doing so well. Okay. With evil selecting 4 cards, so that's 4 is standard with his. Each other player that loses must gain a 0-cost card from the KO pile, which you can gain wounds if they've been KO'd. If you win, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, KO any number of them, and put the rest back in any order. And if Grandmaster wins, he gains 4 shards. So he'll get 1 shard, 2 shards, 3 shards, or 4 shards if he wins some of those. So that'll be, I think he's going to be really fun to play against. And then finally we have the Beyonder, which this guy looks... Oh, I didn't look at his... Hold on, let's go back to his epic side. So his epic side's 11. Evil adds 2 to its final total in every Contest of Champions card used. So throughout anything with Contest of Champions, they get +2 for their thing. And then reveal the top card of the hero deck, put it back. Contest of Champions, that card's colors for each player that loses gains a wound. The Grandmaster gets 2 shards, so he's stronger. Okay, anyway, sorry. Let's do the Beyonder here. He's 21. What the Oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. 21 attack. Come on, focus for me. If y'all can tell me a way to make these things focus a little bit better, I don't really know what to do. Okay. Come on, Cosmic Threat. For any cards that cost 5 or more. Interesting. Okay. He always leads from beyond. Master Strike, each player gains a card that costs 5 or more. Each player reveals a card that costs 5 or more, gains a wound. Then put the strike under the HQ that already doesn't have a strike, pulling that space to a pocket dimension to reveal a card. To recruit a card from the pocket dimension, you must pay 1 attack for each pocket dimension in play. Okay, so that pocket dimensions make a little sense. Let's take a look at his epic side here. He's 24 attack. It's for 6 or more. Each player reveals a card that costs 6 or more, gains a wound, then put a strike under the HQ that doesn't already have one, pulling that space to a pocket dimension. To recruit a card from the pocket dimension, you must pay 1 attack for each pocket dimension in play. Okay, so that makes sense. He'll be very interesting to play against. I was not expecting him to be 21 attack. Holy cow. First one is playing Playthings of Petulant God. Fight, each other player reveals their hand and KOs a card from their hand or discard pile with the same name as a card in a pocket dimension. We have Dimension Collapse. I wonder if he'll have something with Thanos too, because the other 2 did. Fight, destroy an HQ space that is a pocket dimension. That space doesn't refill. To mark this, turn the hero face down, the pocket dimension, and the pocket dimension stays in play. So basically, it'll destroy the space, but if there's a pocket dimension there, then the plus attack that's going to cost a recruit is going to still be effective. Create the Secret Wars. So choose a team icon. So you choose a team icon. Contest champions for that team icon, with evil selecting 4 cards from the hero deck. Each other player that loses gains a wound. If you win, the player of your choice gains a hero from a pocket dimension. Okay. And then finally we have Pull Earth into the Beyond. Rescue 4 bystanders. Put this card above the sewers, pulling it into a pocket dimension. To fight a villain here, you must pay 1 attack for each pocket dimension in play. Alright, so I think he'll be really fun too. He's actually... These 2 masterminds seem very interesting to fight against. Not that Magus doesn't, but those 2 seem the most interesting. Alright, and finally we're on to the schemes. So we have Annihilation Conquest here. So, Annihilation, Conquest. 11 twists, add an extra hero. Twist, put this next to the scheme as a Phalanx Conquest. The highest cost hero from the HQ enters the city as a Phalanx Infected Villain. Each Phalanx Infected Villain has attack equal to its cost plus 1 attack. I'm sorry. Each villain has attack equal to its cost. Wait a minute. Add an extra hero. Put this Oh my gosh, my screen blacked out when I was in the middle of reading this. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, add an extra hero. Put this twist next to the scheme as a Phalanx Conquest. The highest cost hero from the HQ enters the city as a Phalanx affected villain. It's equal to its cost plus for each 2 Phalanx Conquest. If you then if you fight one, choose a player to gain it as a hero. Evil wins when there are 6 Phalanx infected in the city and or escape pile, or the villain deck runs out. So it'll take a villain or take a hero. It'll go become a villain, and then it gets attack equal to +1 for every 2 of the Master Strikes basically that happen. So most will get us +5. So that can be very problematic as the game goes on. Okay, next we have Destroy the Nova Core. We've got a really small text. Alright, so 9 twists. Exactly 1 hero must be named Nova. Okay, exactly 1 hero must be a Nova hero. 1 player, 5 heroes. Okay. Each player starting deck adds 2 wounds, a shield officer, and a Nova card that costs 2. Okay, interesting. All shield officers and Nova count as Nova Centaurians. Twists 1 through 5, each player must reveal their hand, discard a Nova Centaurian. Each player that discarded this way gains a shard. Each player that didn't discard this card must KO a card from the shield officer stack. Twist 6 through 9, each player must KO as Nova Centaurian from the shield officer stack or from their hand or discard pile, and when there are 5 KO Nova Centaurians per player, evil wins. Interesting. This one sounds really fun. So each starting deck will have 2 wounds, a shield officer, and a Nova card that costs 2. Does that regular Nova, have any cards that cost 2? Because then you're basically just doing, this one. I think Nova might, the other Nova might, but it says exactly 1 hero must be a Nova hero. So you can't have multiple Nova heroes and you can't have both of them. So that's interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Next we have the Contest of Champions. If I can get it to focus again. I'm really looking forward to playing these. Okay. Come on. Okay, 11 twists, add an extra hero. Put 11 random cards from the hero deck faced up in a contest row. Twist 1 through 4, KO the leftmost from the contest row, then contest champions for that card's colors. Each player that loses discards a card. If the Mastermind wins, put a wound next to the scheme as an evil triumph. 5 through 8, same effect, but in the contest, evil selects 4 cards. And then 9 through 11, the evil selects 6 cards. When there are 6 triumphs, evil wins. Okay. And then finally we have Turn the Soul of Adam Warlock. 14 twists. Using 3 wounds to represent extra scheme twists. Put the 14 Adam Warlock hero cards in a face-up stack, ordered from lowest cost on top to the highest on the bottom. Twist. Set aside the top card of the Adam Warlock stack. This turn you may purify it by spending attack equal to its to double its cost. If you do, choose a player to gain that card. When you rescue a bystander, and you may KO one of your heroes. If you don't do this, by the end of your turn, put the Adam Warlock card into the Soul's Corruption stack next to the scheme. And when 8 Soul's Corruption, evil wins. Okay, so it's funny that like some of these will add multiple heroes. So with the breakdown I had for the playthroughs, it's not going to be those heroes because obviously this adds 1 extra, this adds 1 extra. So and this one has to do this. So I'm going to have to do, I don't know which, I'm very excited about all these schemes. So this is actually the one that I'm least interested in. We'll probably do these 3 schemes. Anyway, let me know down below which ones you want to see specifically. I'm really, really looking forward to playing the set and showing you guys the playthroughs. Like I said, there are going to be 3 playthroughs just because we have 9 heroes to go through and 3 masterminds. So we'll get to do every single thing. We'll get to use most of the villain groups and the henchman groups. And there are 3 special bystanders, so we'll use each one of these for each of the playthroughs. Excuse me. So the next video you guys are going to see will be a Tuesday tip video on a little combo of the week. Then there's a playthrough after that involving there will be a playthrough after that involving those heroes that I use in that combo thing. It's for Organized Crime Wave versus the Mandarin and Organized Crime Wave. That'll be Friday's video. Today's Saturday that this is being uploaded. So Tuesday's video will be Tuesday tip combo of the week. Friday's video is going to be a playthrough against the Mandarin. I'm going to do a Sunday video, a Tuesday video, and a Friday video, and that will be the playthroughs for all this stuff. So be on the lookout for that. A lot of stuff's coming our way. And then after that, we'll get back to our regular scheduled programming. Because I don't want to get too far away from this for doing the playthroughs. So in a week's time, Sunday, Tuesday, Friday of next week, not this coming up week, but the week after. So a week from tomorrow, we'll see the first Into the Cosmos playthrough. So thank you guys for watching. I know it's a long video. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry that it wasn't a traditional unboxing video as I normally do, but you know, we make what do what we can. I'll see you guys on Tuesday, and let me know if you've got this set, what you think of it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.